Go grab a 4-pack of your favorite energy drink, it's time to hammer on that A button and get high scores. It's Galaga for the NES. A stranger to almost no retro gamer, this shoot-'em-up arcade game was published by Namco and released in 1981 as a follow-up sequel to 1979's Galaxian. In the many years that followed, Galaga would find its way onto almost every gaming medium created, and the one we'll be focusing on here is the console conversion port for the Nintendo Entertainment System called Galaga Demons of Death, which was put out by Bandai in North America in 1988. So let's get right into it. In Galaga, you pilot a ship situated at the bottom of the screen and blast away at incoming swarms of alien formations. As levels progress, enemies will begin to swarm faster and fire more projectiles until the player just can't handle it anymore. The game introduces new features from its predecessor Galaxian. Among these are the ability to fire 2 shots in succession rather than just one at a time, a hit-miss ratio statistic at the end of the game, and a bonus challenging stage which occurs every few stages. In the challenging stages, a series of enemies will fly in set patterns without firing at the player. When you destroy a set group of enemies, you're awarded 1,500 points. These stages also award a 10,000 point bonus if the player manages to destroy every enemy, but otherwise just a 100-point bonus for each enemy destroyed. One of the coolest gameplay features new to Galaga is the ability for enemies to capture the player's ship. A boss Galaga will periodically try to capture the player's ship using a tractor beam. If successful, the captured fighter will join the enemy formation as an extension of the boss Galaga that captured it. The captive fighter then becomes an enemy, turns red, and likewise can be shot and destroyed. Captive fighters can be freed by destroying the boss Galaga towing it while it's attacking, and the freed fighter will become part of the player's current ship. This is both a blessing and a burden, as you'll now have twice the firepower, but you'll also be twice as large, making yourself more susceptible to being hit. Once you have that second ship attached though, you are not going to want to let that thing go, as it is crucial in annihilating enemy forces as they are incoming, opposed to letting them set up and begin swarming you. All enemies die from taking 1 shot with the exception of the boss Galaga, which takes 2 shots to kill. The player is awarded an extra life after reaching 30,000 points and 70,000 points, and then again every 70,000 points from then on. And that's pretty much it. Galaga is a simple game. There's no real music to it outside the little intro ditty and the tune that plays when you complete the challenging stage. And the graphics are real simple as well. But not simple in a bad way, don't get me wrong. Sometimes simple is what we need for a game to be great, and this game looks great. The way the bright neon-colored sprites pop off the dark black background really makes things look crisp, especially if you're playing it in HD. I feel as though this is one of the all-time greats, definitely one of the greatest from video gaming's golden era. All this being the case, you can rest assured that there have also been many ROM hacks of this title created over the years. My personal favorite is a Super Mario hack called Mario in Space. Just some simple sprite swaps, but still makes for a fun alternative. But hey, if you can't tell by the tone of my voice this entire time, this game is one that I love. There's nothing complicated about it, and yet it still manages to provide a deep challenge for those who want to be challenged. The game is highly accessible, making it fun for the whole family. Gamers of all ages can enjoy this one, whether you're a casual player who just wants to have fun, or if you're super into twitchy games and love to squint your eyes, hang in the pocket, and face the high level of onslaught until your brow is dripping. Fighting for high scores may be a lost art, but I promise you that it still feels good when you repeatedly break your bounds and push your score higher and higher. That fact rings true in this game especially. It can be a real adrenaline rush to be down to just 1 ship and be dodging left and right frantically to hold on for dear life, just hoping to reach that point where you get a free guy so you can continue piling on your score. But those who are easily tempered, be warned. Just as much as this game can be a fiery adrenaline rush when you're successful, it can also be a controller throwing trigger when you aren't. So if you're one of those players, you may want to use the janky backup controller. At any rate, I say play this game. I assure you, you'll have a great time.